Good morning, guys. So here we are, lesson 3 for Wednesday, collect and present data in a bar chart. So I thought you all know about bar charts, so we're going to start off by going through a question together and then we'll look at what you're going to be doing. So class 4 were making graphs. Ben, Ali, Katie and Charlene decided to make graphs of the sizes of the 7 classes in the school. They went to the office to collect the numbers of children in all the other classes. Ben and Ali wrote down the numbers for classes 1, 2 and 3. Katie and Charlene wrote down the numbers for classes 5, 6 and 7. Of course, they all knew the number of children in class 4. Ben and Ali drew a block graph, which is another name for a bar chart, and it looked like this. So we can see along the bottom here we have got the 3 classes, and on here, there you go, and up the side here we have got how many children in each class. And looking at the scale of the paper, they've used each small square on their graph paper to mean 1 child. So Katie and Charlene decided to make theirs differently. They drew this graph, so they've drawn a pictogram. Miss Brown came along to look at their work. It's an interesting graph, she said, but it's difficult to tell how many children are in each class. Please can you make a scale or a key on it so we can all read it? Katie and Charlene did what they were told. How many children were there altogether in classes 5, 6 and 7? So we need to use the question. Yes, classes 6 and 7 from both charts to solve this problem. So we know we've got one question in common here. We've got class 4 here and class 4 here. So if I go up to the top of my class 4 bar and I move along the line, I can see I've got, which is going to be the easiest way to count. I think I'm going to count down. I'm going to put the 40 there. So I've got 39, 38, 37. So I know that there are 36 children in class 4. And here I've got 4 big people and 4 small people along here. So I've got to work out what they each represent. And I have to confess, I'm not entirely sure what they might have chosen as a number. I think, looking at the numbers here, if I decide this is a 4, if I decide that's 4 children, then this bit here would be 32, which would mean that each of the big people, stick figures, is 8 children. So that would mean that in class 7 I would have 32 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 38 children here. I'd have 32, 35, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37 in class 6. And I'd have 5 lots of 8. I'd have 40 in class 5. So if I just remove 6 and 7. So we need to add together these 3 numbers here. So I've got 40, add 60 is 100, 7 add 8 is 15. So I've got 115 children in classes 5. So here's another question. I'd like you to have a go at this one for yourself. So we're going to read it together. Then you need to pause the video and have a go. You need to do this one in your book. So Tim's class collected information about all their pets. They have 6 different kinds of pets between them. This is the block graph they are making to show how many of each pet the class has altogether. So although it's not labelled, we must assume that these are the types of pets under the bottom. We've got a scale going up in ones here, and because obviously you can't have half a pet, each of our blocks ends clearly on a line, and we can read across to how many pets there are. So the children have not yet put in the animal names under each column. Can you do this for them using the information? So we have, there are 2 less cats than dogs. Only 1 child has a parrot at home. The number of fish added to the number of gerbils is equal to the number of dogs. There are twice as many fish as hamsters. There are half the number of gerbils as there are cats. So you could maybe copy the graph out into your book. You could use the lines in your exercise book for the horizontal lines on the graph, and then put the labels underneath. So pause the video and have a go at that. So let's just have a quick look to remind ourselves what the features are of a good bar chart. So first of all, at the top here, we have got a title. We have got the number of children in Fox class last week. I have got a label on both my axes. Here I've got day, and here I've got the number of children. My scale goes up in evenly spaced lines and evenly spaced values, so we're going up in 2s. My bars do not touch each other because each day is a completely separate category. There is no overlap. So we can see from Monday that there were 25 children, halfway between the 2, 24 on Tuesday, 24 on Wednesday, 22 on Thursday, and then 18 of us on Friday. So those are the things you need to have in your bar chart: title, axis labels, even scale, separated bars. It goes without saying you're going to draw it with a ruler. So this is your second task. You can collect or research some discrete data for a question you've made up. It might be one of the questions you've made in the previous 2 lessons. It might be a new one. I want you to present the data in a frequency table and a bar chart. And I'm going to show you what this might look like. So I had the question, how much sleep do we need? And I collected this information from a book called Animals by Numbers. So in my left-hand column here, I've got 8 different animals, including humans. And in my right-hand column, I've got the hours of sleep in 24 hours. So this is my frequency table. I've then transformed my frequency table into a bar chart. I have got my title question. I have labelled my axes. I have labelled each of my columns with the animals. I have an evenly spaced scale going up in even amounts. And the size of each of these bars corresponds to the size of the number of hours that they need to sleep. So in your work, I'm expecting to see a frequency table and a bar chart with clear information where I can see what question you asked and what the data was that answered it. Hope you have fun doing this. I will see you tomorrow. Keep safe, keep learning, and have a good day.